today we have Colleen with us. Lindberg, right? I said it right?
You got it.
Well, don't want to assume.
Yeah.
I've met Michaels. I'm a C-H-A-E-L. I've met Michaels with a K, and they have a real clip in the middle, Michael, and it's like, and they're English. Okay. Anyway, so Colleen has written a book called Change the Light Bulb. And we want to interview Colleen about life experiences and what brought you to this book. Because you've had your own home runs in life, and you've also had your own challenges. So our viewers are interested in challenges and what you learned and how'd you overcome them.
Yeah, interesting concept for sure. So I've always been like a go-getter in life. So all the time I get jobs, get promoted, become supervisors, managers throughout life. And it was about 2.5 years ago where I came into a crossroads in my space where I had to make a decision and choice based on what I wanted. I did a lot of my life for everybody else. A lot of money I made for everyone else's businesses and stood inside of what they wanted to accomplish and do. And I took a chance about 2.5 years ago and jumped into my own company without really knowing anything about what I was going to do. But knew there were certain processes and things that had to happen in order to create what we'll call success in life. And have I made it? No. But am I in a space where I've changed a lot? Absolutely. So understanding what it takes to kind of get outside of yourself and into a space of belief and confidence to get to where you want to go is why I created the book, to help others do the exact same thing.
Oh, that's good. I want to back up, and you said success. What is success? What are some of the things of success and components of success that are important to you?
Well, belief in the self is number one for me for sure. So success of having that belief and confidence that you can achieve anything you put your mind to do. So that's one aspect of success. I'll say financial success as well, which means to me choices. So being able to go on trips when I want to go on trips, or be able to support certain charities when you want to support, or donation of time because you have the money to be able to support yourself, to be able to donate the time. So that's kind of the aspect of success, but overall, let's say optimal balance as well is success for me.
Okay. So a balance between exercise and diet and work and friendship?
Yeah, you got it. All of the above for sure.
Okay. Because I've met people who said, but I don't work. I work, and I get paid, but I don't think it's work.
Yep.
I enjoy it so much that some weeks I do seven days of it, and some weeks I do 2 days of it. But I don't go to work anymore. I just get up and do what I love.
Yep.
And I went, oh, I have friends that would hate that because they're 9-to-5ers.
Yep.
And they need that Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, and you never work on the weekends because work is just a way to make money.
Yep. Yep.
So it's just, different belief systems as long as it keeps you healthy and safe.
Yep, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me about, to be nosy, because our viewers like this, tell me about personal challenges. You ever had a big personal challenge that, you sort of stumbled and maybe you even scraped your nose and you dusted yourself off and went, I can still do this?
Oh yeah, numerous ones for sure. Well, I'm really great at self-sabotage.
Oh,
so
people do that?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, really?
They do. I always tell my girlfriend that I'm queen of the self-sabotage island. So I live it and breathe it, and it's one of those awareness that's in my life now where I can go, okay, you're self-sabotaging yourself. So a lot of challenges came into my life based on that, where I would create situations, including men coming into my life. Yes, men as well. They're a very great gift.
However.
Yes. So choosing wrong relationships, even though they're not really wrong because I believe in the learning of them and understanding the learning that's there, but, a lot of challenges that way, and, challenges in my beliefs of who I am and my values and what I want to stand in. And, I was in a 6-year relationship that really challenged me a lot because I chose to try and become a woman that he wanted me to be. And through that shift in myself, obviously I lost who I was, but he also lost who he was. So we both were just this disaster train. And, that was a huge challenge to
Not laughing at you, I'm laughing at the fact that all of us do it at some point in life.
It's huge, and it's like we both lost ourselves, and that was like one of the biggest challenges I ever had to make. I moved here from Winnipeg with him and had not really that much support here, no family. They're all back in Winnipeg, and I made a choice.
I love Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I have cousins there. I just get along with, I don't know what it is about Winnipeg, but that's another
story. Us Winnipeggers, Yeah, it's, I won't go back though, but that's okay. Thanks. Sorry, Mom.
Is this like you're not allowed?
Yeah, no. I'm allowed.
Just
she wants me to go back.
Just checking.
But no, and I had to, we lived in a two-bedroom basement apartment, and I had to make a choice, and I chose to sleep in the office for 2 months till I could figure out how to get out, and I just got let go from one of my jobs, and I had no work, and one of my mentors at the time said, you need to go work at Tim Hortons, and I said, okay, if you know me, I like shoes, I like to wear makeup, and I like to get my hair done, and I like nice clothes, and I sucked it up for a month. I put on a hairnet, and I put on, no-slip shoes, and I went and worked at Tim Hortons for a month. And that was about 3 years ago. So right before a lot of shift and change in my space. And I walked out the door, having no idea what I was going to do. I walked out from my relationship. I worked at Tim Hortons, and then all of a sudden opportunity fell, and some guy said to me, I think you're ready to take this on. And I said, because I work at Tim Hortons and I'm single? He's like, yep. I said, okay, let's do this. So that was kind of the shift and transition really in my space of self-belief and moving forward. So
self-belief is a key to being resilient.
Absolutely.
So I always say to people in workshops, if there was a picture of you in the dictionary that only you could see, what are the words, the labels, the phrases, the pictures you've allowed yourself and others to put there?
Yeah.
Because they build us,
Yeah.
they bind us, or they break us.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And if they build us, it's a proper definition of self.
Right.
It's the talents, the skills, the expertise,
Yeah.
the personality that you have that makes life better. If it binds us, it's because it's a half a truth.
Yeah.
So at one point, I had a 52 in math in high school, to go back in time.
Yeah.
And a neighbor was a math teacher who said, Michael, I understand this past year you had, and I don't want to wish to embarrass relatives of, teacher X for math. And your parents are concerned that you're not going to go forward in math, and it's hard to get by in this world in North America with a grade 10 math knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
So he said, I want you to take math with me next year. So Mr. Campbell had me take math in his class, where I got a 74, I think, if memory serves me well.
Yeah.
Not bad building on a 52.
Yeah.
And so if I listened to the first teacher,
Yeah.
math, give it up, that's enough. You've hit your peak in grade 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fail, no thanks. Or Mr. Campbell, Michael, do you want to be a physicist? No. A chemist? No. Do you want to be a nuclear scientist?
No.
No. Want to build rockets? No. Get business math.
Yeah.
And he'd see me from a kid as a paper boy to the local hardware store. He said, you're good at business math. And you make people laugh when at the hardware store they get their cubic footage and their square footage and their yards all backwards and mixed up.
Yeah.
So if you can get people to laugh about math mistakes and you're good at it in business, we need honest people, you're honest. So he helped me redefine who I was.
Yeah.
So it's really important that
yeah.
we self-examine and ask others, how do we define ourselves? So I think that's a lot of courage on your part to look in the mirror and go, don't want to be a Tim Hortons hairnet kind of girl, but it's a place to get started.
Yeah. Oh, it was just, I just chose, something said you just need to go. And it brought obviously a more humbling experience to me. And now driving through Tim Hortons drive-thrus, you have a little bit more understanding,
And empathy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
Yes.
I think it was about 4 years ago. Man, time's gone by so fast. I'm like, because I've been in my relationship for 2.5 years, so it's been about 4 years since that happened. Maybe 4.5.
So
Wow.
that was big.
Yeah.
That was big. Now, one of the things that people come to this channel for is ideas on how to be more resilient.
Okay.
What's one or two things you do, rationally, emotionally, physically, to be more resilient, to be more tenacious and more successful?
Well, I find that, and it's ironic because before I never used to plan. I used to be really kind of a spur of the moment kind of person, but resilience for me means always staying in action and in the discovery of. So it's the courage behind what it is you're trying to accomplish. So I always write out what the goals are. So I sat down on literally New Year's Eve this year. I spent the night by myself, which was totally perfect for me. And I wrote all the goals for 2013 and then broke them down into monthly goals based on what I needed to achieve this month. So resilience for me is a continued action of, so now I have a game plan in my space of always what I'm trying to achieve. So what's 2013 going to look like, and how is January going to affect the end into December? So I would say consistent planning and thought process, but always having it almost in the forefront of your mind.
So having a plan.
Absolutely. Having a plan.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, as we said when we started, some of our interviews go for 10 minutes and some go for 30 minutes, but it's not the length of the interview, it's the quality, and you've given our viewers some really meaty points. Planning is huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paying attention to how you've allowed life to define you.
Yeah.
And bringing a broom out to sweep out the cobwebs out of the corners and get rid of the myth truths.
Yep.
Because if I'd have believed my math teacher,
Yep.
the first one,
Absolutely.
that'd have been it, which means I would not have been able to go to college and taken the marketing and sales courses because I needed to have grade 12 math to do that.
Yep.
Would have been a lot of makeup courses.
Yeah, yeah.
And strangely and interestingly enough, because of my math struggles, I did well in sales because I was able to simplify math for busy owners who were often not experts in running a business, because I was working in the drug and pharmaceutical retail business, but they were experts at running a pharmacy.
Yeah.
And I was a front shop expert. So I was able to say, well, your return on investment is for every $10, and I made it simple. And I beat out a lot of people with superior education.
Yeah.
So it's not about just one thing. It's a large set of factors we define ourselves with.
Huge. Yeah, they all play a factor too. It's the small little pieces that come together. Absolutely.
Yes, yes, and I admire your courage to acknowledge that it's fun to get dressed up.
Yeah, it totally is.
Everybody has different factors that are important to them.
Yep.
So the book is Change the Light Bulb, Colleen Lindberg. I will put up a website on the bottom of the screen where they can find you.
That's awesome. I appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for coming on today.